ඒකයි බය නැතුව මම Nokia Android smartphone එක ඕන කෙනෙකුට ගන්න කියන්නේ.
සමගා අලුත් වන Nokia.
This council is aware in November 2019 the people of Sri Lanka gave a resounding mandate to President Gotabaya Rajapaksa to pursue a policy framework aimed at achieving the fourfold outcome of a productive citizenry, a contented family, disciplined, a just society and a prosperous nation. It is envisaged to achieve sustainable development and peace in the country, firmly anchored in safeguarding national security without compromise in the democratic space. The end of the brutal conflict advanced, secured, protected one of the fundamental human rights, the right to life, for all Sri Lankans, Sinhalese, Tamil, Muslim and others. I would like to state with pride that since May 2009, not a bullet has been fired in the name of separatist movement in Sri Lanka. Mr. President, a group of UNHRC members failing to appreciate the OISL endeavors in defeating terrorism and bringing about stability, humanitarian relief and lasting peace through a carefully balanced reconciliation process, moved consecutive country-specific resolutions at the UNHRC on Sri Lanka in 2012, 13 and 14. Mr. President, the previous government in July 2015 jettisoned this homegrown reconciliation process which was bearing fruit. In an unprecedented move in the annals of the Human Rights Council, the government at that time co-sponsored UNHRC Resolution 30/1 on Sri Lanka. Substantively, the previous government noted with appreciation the much flawed OISL report, which was used as a basis not only for Resolution 31, but also to vilify the heroic Sri Lanka security forces. This was despite there being an abundance of evidence in the contrary contained in domestic reports such as the LLRC, Justice Paranagama Commission report, information presented before the UK House of Lords by Lord Nesby, challenging among other things the vastly exaggerated civilian figures, other reports of the UN, international agencies including the ICRC, as well as exposed diplomatic cables. Constitutionally, the resolution seeks to cast upon Sri Lanka obligations. It infringes the sovereignty of people of Sri Lanka, violates the basic structure of our constitution. Procedurally, in co-sponsoring Resolution 31, previous government violated all democratic principles of governance. It declared support for the resolution even before the draft text was presented. It sought no cabinet approval to bind the country to deliver the dictates of an international body. There was no reference to parliament. More importantly, the resolution itself included provisions which are undeliverable due to its inherent illegality. The commitments made bound the country to carry out this experiment, which was impractical, unconstitutional and undeliverable. More seriously, it is seen that the dictated changes in the country pursuant to 30/1 undermine the national interest, compromise national security, including weakening national intelligence operations which are deemed to have contributed to the lapses that resulted in Easter Sunday attacks in April 2019. With the election of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, with an overwhelming majority, the people of Sri Lanka have given a clear signal for their wish for a different path forward for the country. Our government is committed to examining issues afresh, to forge ahead with its agenda, prosperity through security and development. In this context, that I wish to place on record Sri Lanka's decision to withdraw from the co-sponsorship of the Resolution 40/1, which also incorporates and builds on preceding resolutions 30/1 of October 2015 and 34/1 of March 2017. Sri Lanka remains committed to achieving the goals set by the people of Sri Lanka on accountability, human rights. The government of Sri Lanka declares its commitment to achieve sustainable peace through an inclusive, domestically designed, executed reconciliation and accountability process. This would comprise the appointment of a commission of inquiry which headed by a justice of the Supreme Court to review the reports of the previous commissions of inquiry, We will implement policies rooted in the government's commitment to the people by advancing individual and collective rights, protections under the law, ensuring justice and reconciliation, and addressing the concerns of the vulnerable sections of our society. Sri Lanka will continue to remain engaged with and seek as required the assistance of the UN and its agencies in keeping with domestic priorities and policies. Finally, in conjunction with all members of the UN, Sri Lanka will seek to work towards the closer of the resolution. Siyalu Satvayo, Niduk Vetwa, Nirogi Vetwa, Suapat Veva.
Maxis, #1 tie in Sri Lanka.